Good morning and welcome to Teal House Farm. Today I'm going to show you how you can turn your Halloween pumpkins into 2 useful food products for your family to enjoy. Let's go. A lot of us like to use pumpkins to decorate for Halloween, and the awesome thing about pumpkins is they're a hardened off squash variety, which means they actually last quite a long time. And so what happens is after Halloween you're left with this beautiful looking pumpkin that you don't quite know what to do with. Sure, it could go into your compost pile, or you could just toss it out if you don't have a compost pile, but a pumpkin is actually a great nutritious food that you can enjoy with your family. So today I'm going to show you how you can use the seeds to make toasted pumpkin seeds, which you can flavor a lot of different ways, and how to use the actual meat of the pumpkin by canning it in cubes, which are useful in so many ways, from everything from pumpkin pie to pumpkin stir fries to pumpkin soup. Pumpkin is actually a really underutilized food in my opinion. It is an amazing source of vitamin A. It also has a lot of vitamin C. It even has protein. The seeds are high in magnesium, which is really good for you. It's something that we really should be eating and enjoying. And it can be used any way that you might use a sweet potato, or you might use a butternut squash. Obviously it's going to have a little more of a pumpkin-y flavor, but it's not that pumpkin spice, overwhelming pumpkin flavor that you taste in like your Starbucks coffee. Actual pumpkin is a little more subtle. First thing, we're going to cut our pumpkin open, take all the guts and seeds out, put them in a bowl. You want to choose a pumpkin that is still nice and firm. There's no cuts or big bruises on it. It's okay if there's a little bit of scarring, but it's still nice and firm. It's not soft here. You don't want to use a jack-o'-lantern, something that's already been cut open, because the pumpkin is just not going to be in good shape. Cutting it open really starts the decomposition process, and then you just don't have a good quality pumpkin to can. You can use a spoon to cut out the guts, but honestly the fastest way to do it is just to get your hands in there. You get a little dirty. Don't worry about if you're getting a lot of goop with the seeds. We're going to clean them off later. Let's just get everything we can out from the inside, and then we're going to cut our pumpkin into slices. And we'll peel it and cube it up to get it ready to be canned. Okay, we have our seeds. We're just setting them aside for right now. We'll take care of these while our pumpkin cubes are working in the canner. Now we need to cut the pumpkin into slices about 1 inch wide, and then we're going to peel off the skin or rind and then cut it into inch cubes and put it in a big pot that we're going to then add water to cover up the pumpkin, boil for 2 minutes, and then they're ready to go into our prepared jars. Jars up to right below the bottom of the ring. I find it's easiest if you use a flat spoon for the cubes and then scoop out the water and add that later. Otherwise you end up with too much water in your jar and not enough pumpkin. You might be wondering, can I can a pumpkin puree? Can I go ahead and make my pumpkin pie filling and can it like that? The answer is no. Pumpkin puree is so thick It hasn't been proven to be safe to can, and so we can it in cubes. And then if you want to make a pumpkin pie or a pumpkin soup or pumpkin muffins or pumpkin whatever that needs a puree, you need to go ahead and make the puree afterwards when you open your jars back up. Now that our canner is going, we can go ahead and take care of the seeds. We want to rinse them out and get as much of this orange goopy stuff off as we can. The easiest way to do it is to put them in a colander and run them under some cold water and pull these pieces off. You can see how easily the seeds just kind of brush off when it's wet. It's actually really simple. Don't worry about being a perfectionist. You just want most of the goop off. A little bit of strands here and there is not going to hurt your final product, but obviously no big pieces like this. That looks nice and clean. We're going to lay them out to dry just a little bit. Seeds are relatively dry. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just don't want them really wet. The paper towel has done a really good job soaking up the water. I'm usually not a fan of disposable products, but there are some things that are just so much easier. Paper towel really does a great job for this. So we're going to put all these seeds in this bowl. We're going to toss with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, some salt and some pepper, and some cinnamon, and then put them back on our pan to be roasted in the oven. In perfect timing, Sam is on his way home for lunch. Got some ham and beans and cornbread that's almost done. Cooking on our wood stove. So we're gonna eat some lunch while everything finishes up in the oven and the canner. If you have any questions, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear from you, and we'll talk to you later.